Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mina with Brujita Mamacita Tarot. I know it's been a while since you all have seen me. Happy New Year, by the way. This is the first time I'm recording a video after the new year. So I know it's been a couple weeks already, but Happy New Year to everybody. I hope everybody had wonderful holidays. That's actually why you all haven't seen me. I'm sure maybe y'all, have figured it out. But, it was the holidays, so I was spending time with family, and that was more my priority. It still kind of has been recently, but I'm also taking time for myself because I've been there for everybody else as much as I can be, and yeah, I just miss doing tarot. I miss talking to you guys, and so I wanted to come back on and just get back into the groove of things. So yeah, that's what I've been doing, spending time with family, and yeah, but we're back. It's a new year. I'm excited to get things going this year, just different things I want to do. So but we'll go into that some other time. Right now we're going to do a review on the this deck that's called A Healing Journey with the Feminine and Masculine to Divine Union. So there's a picture of that so you can see. Let me turn off this TV here. I have this TV on and it's giving a bit of a glare. Okay. So yeah, that is the name of the deck. It's kind of wordy, but I like that this artwork it has in here. It has, the feminine and the masculine, and their touch is creating this flame, this green flame. So heart chakra is significant. Blue hair could be significant for someone. But yeah, we're just gonna do a quick review on this. So, a healing journey with the feminine and masculine to divine union. In the back it says, whether you are into psychology or philosophy, or you're just curious about the journey of the feminine and masculine, these cards will help you on your journey through the masculine and feminine. With the great changes our planet is going through and the expansion of consciousness, we now have a unique opportunity to relearn more about the different aspects of the feminine and masculine archetypes. With this work, we participate in this game of polarity and separation between the feminine and the masculine in order to understand them better, to accept them in ourselves and in others as they are an expression of the divine energy. Assimilate them and learn to collaborate with them. So I love that this message is very much talking about polarity and separation, and divine masculine is the polar opposite of feminine, and just this whole talking about like separation energy. I feel like in the past, for years, long time now actually, but just more recently it feels like all of our stuff in the world is being brought up to the surface, and it's very much showing everybody these polar opposite sides to people, or not so much sides to people, but that we can be on very much polar opposite ends with people, especially people that come into our lives because they come to teach us things, and so we learn through contrast and we learn through opposites. And that's also bringing me to this deck, the Tarot of Oppositions, but we're going to review that one another day. But yeah, when I think of masculine and feminine, I do think of the polarity and separation and kind of this balance between the light and the dark, the masculine, feminine, and this like dance that we do with each other. So yeah, and that is all an expression of divine energy, whether it's masculine or feminine or masculine, it is all divine. So yeah, at the bottom it says creation by Kwasima Tawadia. I'm not even gonna try to say that again because yeah, I don't know how you say that. So I'm not sure how you say his last name, but I'll type it in there. He or she, whoever this is. It says art by Cindy Catherine. Copyright 2023. All rights reserved in all countries. And then it has, it looks like an image of hands holding up. Like it looks like a crystal, but it's just like a triangle, almost geometrical shape or design. And I'm not sure what that says at the bottom. It looks like someone's signature, but I can't read that. So anyway, that is this deck. We're gonna go ahead and open it up, take a look at it. See what we have here. So yeah, like I was saying about the deck, the picture on the front of the deck, it's the feminine and masculine, and they are both lighting up this flame between them. And there is it looks like a tree in the background, so there's like leaves in a tree, and it just makes me think of like this is their foundation, their roots, and them creating this tree together, this family tree together. And there's a beautiful flower at the bottom, could be a rose, but I'm not sure. But I love the like floral detail on this deck here. The drawing and the colors, they're really pretty. So yeah, I like that, the design here. So that's on the back of the deck, and then it's kind of split in two, where half of the deck is white and half of the deck is black, representing the masculine and feminine energies here. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and go through these cards. So we have one is action, and it reminds me of the Chariot, just the design of it reminds me of the Chariot. So one is action, two aggression, and that's someone's fist with like it looks like a spear tattoo on the fist or on the forearm, but the spearhead almost looks like an eye if you can see that. Then we have agitation, and it's a mask with lightning bolts going through it, and it looks like smoke in the background. So this is an oracle deck now that I'm looking at this. It's not a tarot deck, it's oracle. And I guess they're in alphabetical order, at least that's what it's looking like right now. Ambition. So there's mountains, a girl looking like she's praising, or she's having this vision of climbing these mountains, and the path throughout the mountains is also intertwined with her hair. So that's unique. I really like that picture, and there's a sun up top. Beautiful imagery. So that's ambition, ardor, and passion. So this one is all about love, and it reminds me of the Gemini Lovers card because it has the heart is two faces facing the opposite way. So that one's ardor and passion. So I love to see that. And now we have 6, arrogance, and it's a girl with a peacock dress, and she's floating with an orb in her hands, in her control. So arrogance for 6. Authority, and it's a crown made out of 3 people's arms, where they're all, it almost looks like they're collaborating in this card. So working together. It's authority 7. Boldness 8, and it's a guy doing I forget what you call it, but like rope walking or tight line walking. So yeah, it's boldness, and this guy's, you know, making a very daring move right now. It looks like there's 2 birds, possibly crows, because they look like they could be black, could be blue, dark blues. My lighting is low, so but yeah, so this guy is boldness personified. That's number 8, boldness. So number 9 is bullying and persecution, and it looks like someone who's kind of consoling themselves and kind of haunted by these memories of bullying and persecution. So that one is number 9, which also has to do with endings. So that could be significant for someone. Maybe some bullying situation is coming to an end at this moment. And I should have said that, but in some of these cards, I'm getting other words along with them. So authority, where the crown is there, I'm, you know, obviously you would think king, queen, authority, but I'm also getting the divine, God, spirit. And then boldness, I'm also getting how with the number 8 that it could have to do with abundance or karma that either requires this person to be bold, or they just are bold naturally that way, and that perhaps your talents could bring you abundance. So that's something I'm getting with that card there. Bullying and persecution, yeah, it's either the ending of that or someone is like dealing with that energy, trying to overcome that. So then we have burnout and overload for number 10, and it's a girl doing her best to keep balanced with everything she has on her plates, her hands, not her plates. But yeah, so that burnout and overload, number 10. Then we have combat for number 11. Let's go. Fighting star, or I don't forget what you call those, but yeah, it looks like one of those, you know, stars that they throw in Asian movies, you know, but it's also like in the form of a flower too. So, but this is a rough flower. This is an aggressive flower. This is someone you don't want to mess with. That's combat for number 11. Then we have concentration for number 12, and it looks like 2 eyes looking towards into each other, or like someone looking at themselves being mirrored. Or perhaps two people concentrated on one goal. So that's concentration, number 12. Courage, number 13, and it's this person in a wheelchair looking like they're going up a hill, almost like challenging themselves to get past this hill and have courage and have courage to do more. So that one's courage for 13. Then we have decision, 14, and it is a sword and a stone. So to me that says that someone has come to a firm decision on something. So that's 14, decision. 15, determination. And it is a trident going through like a wave, or yeah, but it reminds me obviously of the ocean and, you know, mermaids and digging deep inside yourself to find determination. But the wave almost looks like a smoke cloud too, so perhaps it could be just that someone's dreaming of having this kind of determination, or it's needed. But yeah, 15 is determination. And then we got discipline with 16, and it's a woman. Like, it looks like she's keeping all of these, I'm not sure what they are, but these little floating particles around her, flowers, or they are almost like little umbrellas, but I'm not sure what they are. So anyway, she's controlling them with just her thoughts and with certain kinetic energy. But yeah, so that one is discipline with 16. Basically talking about how your discipline keeps all these things in order and you create the life you want with these small actions that you're disciplined on or with. Then we have disorder for 17, and it's someone who's like struggling with their thoughts, so perhaps their thoughts are disordered. 17, disorder. So we have 18, energy and dynamism. So this one is a sunflower and it has a little sun symbol above it. And that's 18. Very energetic, very positive card. And that's energy and dynamism. Which is, yeah, the sun helps things grow. When the sun's out, it's like you want to move more. So I just think of energy and when I think of the sun and like growth. Then we have enterprising, number 19, and it is this colorful mandala. So someone creating something very beautiful in their life. They're very enterprising, whoever this person is. So that's 19, enterprising. Enthusiasm for 20, and it's a woman. It looks like she's taming or training with these crocodiles, and there's this like green planet behind her. So I'm not sure what that is. If that's a planet. To me it looks like a planet, but I'm not sure. And then these crocodile or alligators, whatever they are, they have little pointy like spear tails, almost like little devil tails. Yeah, 20, enthusiasm. She's enjoying this, it's either a job or a talent that she has, a gift. with balancing with enthusiasm. That one's 20. Then we have impulsion with 21. We have impulsion with 21, and there is a bullfighter here. Can't tell if it's a man or a woman, that's not important. It's a bullfighter, and they are, yeah, it's talking about this impulsive energy. So possibly fighting. I think of Taurus, you know, obviously when I see a bull. Yeah, that one's 21, impulsion. Next we have independence, 22, and it looks like a hand, and the fingers are kind of like this, where they're just doing these little, like bending their knuckles. And then there's different things around the hand. So there's matches, or like a pen or wands, something like that on the pinky. Then there's like a rake or something hanging from the ring finger. Then there's like a chef hat in the middle finger. Could be a cloud too, almost looks like a mushroom cloud. And then a house on the pointer finger, and a remote in the thumb. So I'm not sure what all of this is talking about. It's saying independence, so it just makes me think with the hand and all these symbols that it's someone who has all of these things already for themselves. So perhaps creativity with those wands, drawing. There's like order, and they have their own material wealth with the house there, and they have a remote, so it makes me think that they have all of this under control, which is what being independent is. It means you don't need anyone else for anything else. You know, you rely on yourself. So independence, 22. I really like that image with the hand and the different symbols on it. So interesting. I like that card. Then we have 23, initiative, and it's a woman opening a door, and it looks like it's like a mirrors behind, like as you're looking in the door, it looks like you're looking into mirrors, how the mirrors reflect like the same thing over and over, the same image over and over. So it looks like in this door she's looking at these mirrors, and with initiative it makes me think of how opening these doors and taking initiative to open doors can open much more other doors just by opening that one door. So yeah, that's a beautiful image for initiative. Something is coming out too about no longer like sitting around, because that's what I think when I see this chair. I want to get moving. So initiative, 23. Then we have insensitivity with 24, and it looks like someone who's just a cold person, very stoic, very not like lively, and just very like, yeah, the only words that are coming to me are like cold and stoic and like this unmoved person, unbothered, which I guess unbothered is good, but it's this insensitive energy. So yeah, insensitivity, 24, and then there's snowflakes. So it is someone who's very cold and unfeeling, not in tune with their emotions. 25 is instinct, and it looks like an image of some sort of like tribal person or elder, and it looks like a bunny or a cat, a bird, and a bear. So someone who's very in tune with nature, for it to say instinct, and for them to have this makeup on their face, like as if they are, and white hair, as if they're an elder in a tribe. So someone who's in touch with nature and listens to their instincts. That's 25, instinct. 26, intellect, and it's a man reading, and he has a Rubik's Cube, so he can figure out puzzles, very intelligent. So yeah, that one is intellect. 26. We have intransignance. Intransignance. Intransigence. We have intransigence and firmness. So it looks like someone who is like praying, and they're very dedicated and devoted to this practice of prayer, and to almost looks like someone who's protecting their home, or their family, or their community, or you take it as it resonates, their work, and they protect it, and they pray on it, and they deal with things very firmly, and to the point where they will even cut things off if they need to. So yeah, that's what I get when I look at this card. Intransigence and firmness. Now we have irresponsibility with 28, and it is someone who is like drinking, and then they have pills in the other hand. So yeah, it's just someone who's like abusing alcohol and drugs, or just not taking responsibility in their life. So yeah, it's irresponsibility, and that's number 28. And it's kind of funny because 28 is my birthday, and I'm very much this person where a lot of my life has revolved around these kinds of energies, just in my family and my upbringing. There has always been a lot of that kind of energy. So I've been someone that, as I've gotten, older and out of my, young, party, young days, like young people party days, I've become much more of a person who's very mindful of what I put in my body, what I'm like using as an escape, and just trying to change that energy around in my life, because it was so present in unhealthy ways growing up. I know that I can change that to healthier ways as an adult, and yeah, to just be a better example moving forward, and to be healthier moving forward. So, but anyway, that's just funny because it is something that has been a big theme in my life. So, irresponsibility, and that's number 28. So we have 29, and it says just. So it makes me think of justice, and it is a woman with wings and a feather in her head, so air sign, I always think of Libra because they are the scales, and she also has scales. Well, sort of. She's using her hands as scales, and she has her heart in one scale and a feather in the other. And so that one's just the 29. Now we have Fussy with 30, and it's two people pointing fingers, so they could be this energy of like just being fussy and difficult and fighting with people. So Fussy is 30. Manipulation is 31, and it's a hand with a little hand puppet there. So yeah, manipulation 31. Mastery is 32, and it is a yin yang with opposite energies here. We have orange, who represent the sun, and you know, this vibrant fiery energy. Then we have blue, which could represent water, air, and a more yin energy. The orange is the yang. So mastery, so someone, I would take this as someone has mastery over themselves or over a situation, pattern perhaps. That's number 32, mastery. Then we have 33, miser, frugal. So, and it's a guy who's holding on to his box of whatever he has in that box, and is crossing his arms and his legs. He's very very miserly, very frugal, just very someone who holds on to what's theirs. They don't like to let go of what's theirs. And then we have mistrust with 34, and it's two people looking through a peephole. Could be the same person, it's just reflected back, or two different people reflecting a reflection of someone, or two actual different people who aren't really trusting each other. So mistrust 34. Order and organization is 35, and it looks like a woman who would represent, like, I want to say like all that is, you know, like space and time and all that is, even beyond that, more than that. And her necklaces, she's almost like void energy and what's just out there around us. And her necklaces are the planets, and her heart, her high heart, is the sun. So it's a beautiful image. I really love it. Order and organization for 35. You can see the planets as her necklace. Okay, so now we have power. I forget the name of this Egyptian god or goddess or symbol, but this is power with 36. Maybe y'all can tell me who that is. I'm not sure. It's not Ra or who that is. Whoever knows more about Egyptian culture, you can put that down below who that is. Now we have precipitation. 37, precipitation. And it almost looks like this woman getting lost in her emotions. And I do think of crying when I think of precipitation, so, or just like very watery emotional energy. Pretension with 38, and it's a person with a mask, and these little horns on them. So yeah, someone pretending, being pretentious. So that's 38. Pride is 39, and it is someone standing there looking just proud. And you could take that, whether it's positive or negative. You would know for you specifically if it's positive or negative. We have rationality is 40. So, and it has this person, it looks like they're going to cut a cord, or with this mask on their face, it almost looks like a surgeon, someone about to perform surgery. So rationality 40, and that would make sense because you need to be very rational with your decisions, very careful during surgery. Reliability with 41, and it's a father and his son, and this father has given the umbrella to the son, and he's out in the rain, but he's protecting his boy. So that's reliability, 41. 42, reluctancy, and it's an image of like a root of a plant or a tree that's trying to grow, but there's reluctancy to grow. That might be a message for someone, but there's only one leaf on this thing, and it looks like it's trying to grow, but it's reluctant. So reluctancy 42, resistance 43. It is someone with their spirit guide. It's like a wolf. A fox. A wolf could be someone's spirit guide for me to say that. There's a fox, and the number is 43, and it's talking about resistance. So perhaps something about letting go of resistance and maybe relying on just a flow in nature, and cleverness is what's coming to my mind. But something with resistance. So resistance is 43. 44 is responsibility, and it is a girl. Half of this face is half is a woman's face, and the other half is a lion's face. And it's responsibility 44. So yeah, could be a girl, could be a guy, gender doesn't matter, but responsibility. So when you're the leader of the pack, like the lions are, or the leader of the jungle, really, like the lion is, responsibility is important for the entire jungle. So something about responsibility is 44. That's to do with the lion, or having that mentality of leadership. And we have strength with 45, and this has, I want to say, a scorpion, a red scorpion on here with strength, and it's someone who's very muscular and it looks very determined. So that one is strength 45. I think of Scorpio when I think of that, just because of Scorpion. Toughness 46, and it almost looks like a statue of a woman. And yeah, statues are tough. It looks like this person would be tough. So toughness 46. Addiction, and it's a woman crying or sad over her addictions or struggles with addiction. There's money, alcohol. I'm not sure what this other symbol is. Food, lips, which could be sex, or relationships, addiction to relationships. There's addiction to drinking. I'm not sure what these two other symbols are. One almost looks like a home, but it almost looks like a ticket or like a hotel. I'm not sure what that is, but anyway, addiction. So that was, and the number is 1. So this one was 1 through 46 in the white cards. Now we're going to the black cards, and the first one is addiction. Again, like I said, it could deal with any of those things: money, substances, food. Anything can be an addiction, really, which is why moderation is key, and mindfulness and self-awareness. So number 2 is calm, and it's a girl meditating in nature somewhere, very peaceful and at ease and calm. So that's number 2. Number 3 is collaboration and participation, and it is a woman with bees at the top of her head, so she could be the queen bee. But yeah, collaboration and participation. Number 3. Oh gosh, that has to be significant for someone. For that to fly out my hand, it could be significant for me, but that could be significant for someone else as well. Something about collaboration and participation with others, with your community, with someone you're possibly in some sort of partnership with. Something about teamwork, because the bees there, and just collaboration, and yeah, I'm also for some reason getting Empress energy, but yeah, that could be significant for someone this time, for it to go flying out of my hand like that. Compassion is number 4, and it's beautiful dove. There's some planets in the background. But yeah, compassion is number 4. Then we have the container, carry life, number 5, and it looks like an egg to me. So something about fertility, the container, carry life, number 5. So number 6 is creativity, and it is a woman painting a lighthouse in the dark on a wall. I love this image, it's very beautiful. Creativity, number 6, and yeah, she's painting that beautiful lighthouse, perhaps for someone else, to guide someone else, but beautiful. I love that image. Then we have depreciation and self-doubt. So it looks like a girl who's sad, and she's like tossing her crown because she's not trusting. To me, I get the energy of she's not trusting her authority, her intuition, her knowledge of herself, that she is important, and that she should be, that she's important, and she's having issues with confidence. She doesn't believe she deserves that crown, or that she can lead in some way. So yeah, depreciation and self-doubt. That's number 7. Then we have devotion with number 8. And it looks like a woman at home who she's cooking or washing dishes or doing something, but she's in her little zone, her domestic goddess zone, and that one is devotion, number 8. I love that because I'm very much devoted to home life. When I'm not doing my, little hobbies and things I like to do for my fun, I am very much devoted to my home life. So, distraction and inattention. It's number 9, and it looks like someone who they're supposed to be in class studying, they're at their desk, but they're looking out the window, looking at this rocket going into space and just daydreaming. So, distraction and inattention. So instead of studying, they're distracted by these and having these daydreams, perhaps fantasies. Number 10 is easiness. Easiness. So it is a girl looking into these portals, and she's really happy because her cheeks are glowing, and she's just happy at how things are becoming easy for her or how they have been. Then we have 11 is emotions, and it is a shell with different designs on it, different colors. So emotion with 11. Emotions. So number 12 is expansion and openness, and it is a woman. She's a tree. It's a tree, but it has a woman's face on it, and she's growing like almost to a fully grown tree. She didn't have all her leaves yet, and all her branches aren't grown out completely, but she is expanding and opening and growing. So expansion and openness for number 12. Number 13 is fluidity and adaptation, and it is ovaries, and there's a flow coming out of the uterus here, and it's representing like the sea and water and the womb. So fluidity and adaptation is very much about that womb creation energy and like adapting to like cycles and the flow of things. So fluidity and adaptation is 13. Then we have forgiveness with 14, and it looks like a family, and it looks like everybody has their own like leaves, their own things they're nurturing and caring and creating, and they're holding on to them with loving thoughts and letting go of things, that keep you down, that you need to forgive. So 14 is forgiveness, and I also get the energy of transformation with this card, just because of the butterflies, and because when you do forgive, it does transform that energy. It's no longer something you need to forgive, it's forgiven, and so there's peace again, and the energies change from that. Forgiveness and peace are very, very, very strong energies, transformative. So now we have fusion and union with number 15, and it is a woman who's doing the little, heart symbol around her heart, she's doing that little heart symbol around her heart. Fusion and union. So yeah, that's a beautiful energy of like unity with your heart, with the divine, with another, and fusing with them. And so 16 is generosity and sharing, and it looks like a family of sisters, or it could just be community and them all weaving together this beautiful, colorful blanket, or piece of art, or whatever it is, whatever they're collaborating on. It's generosity and sharing. It's number 16. And we have Grace, number 17, and it's a ballerina dancing next to this beautiful white horse, or I'm not sure if it's white. It looks like blue green, teal, like a dark teal. Yeah, and so this is Grace, 17, and I do think of, ballerinas. When I think of Grace, they are very graceful, and this horse is very like flowing and beautiful and graceful. So very much. I also get a freedom energy on this card with that horse. So Grace, 17. Yeah. And so now we have humility with 18, and it is a guy looking down to the ground, humbling himself before this tree and before nature, honoring the moon cycles and honoring nature. It's a very humble person. So it's 18, humility. Number 19 is illusion, and it looks like a woman with thoughts of someone. It's either herself or someone else, but she's having these thoughts in her head about this person, and you can literally see the person in her head. But whatever the thoughts are, they are illusions. So that is number 19. Number 20 is imagination, and it looks like a guy who's reading a book, and perhaps it's a story about Adam and Eve, because there's a tree with a snake wrapped around the branch, and the sun is there. So reminds me a little bit of Paradise, but it doesn't have to be Adam and Eve. It could be reading any kind of story. The snake really just represents creativity and transformation and stories. In ways they represent stories because of the different transformations they go through and things they do to, keep transforming. So anyway, I think of creativity and transformation when I see snakes. And so imagination is number 20. Perhaps he's could be just reading a book about a snake or a story. So number 21 is inclusion and bringing all together, and this is again another card that makes me think of community and sisterhood. I say sisterhood in particular because these are all women on here, but it could also be brotherhood. It could also be any kind of community or family or friends or gathering where everyone is included. So inclusion and bringing all together. That one's number 21. Number 22, we have indecision, and it looks like a guy who's drowning and holding on to a balloon, but he's going down kind of fast. So could be struggling with this decision that you need to make or did make, and that is 22. 23 is instability, and it's stiletto shoes with thunderbolts going into this planet, or with this planet background. It broke the heel of one of the shoes, actually, is what the thunderbolts did. They broke the heel of one of the heels here, causing instability. So someone could have unstable footing or grounding at this time, and having issues with stability. So instability, 23. Interior, and it's a picture of a tree, like a tree house. There's a staircase that goes up into the tree house, and it is interior for 24. Next we have 25 is intuition, and it's someone who has like a clock or a compass on their chest, and they're listening to that. It's over their heart area, and then there's a moon on their third eye, so they are very in tune with their intuition and their inner compass, their inner guide. So that one is 25, intuition. 26 is irrational, and it is a girl with like this demon woman behind her, woman shadow or guide. Could be like just a demon spirit, or like just a malevolent spirit behind her, or her shadow side. So this could be just her shadow side, and it's irrational with 26. Okay, so 27 is kindness, and it's a man out in nature greeting a bird, or if the bird is greeting him, and probably because he's a kind person. It's the kind energy. Kindness, 27. Laziness, 28. And it is someone who is a bit of a glutton. They have a bunch of grapes around them. They're just sitting on a couch, and there's a cat above them. Looks like they're just in their living room watching TV, eating. So laziness, 28. 29 is letting go, and it looks like a woman who, it looks like she's about to like shed her scales or something like that along those lines. So letting go is 29. Listening is 30, and it's someone who has a music symbol for her earrings, and then a rainbow above her head going from ear to ear. So perhaps someone has a gift with listening, or a gift or music. An ear for music is another thing. So listening, 30. Then we have love, 31, and it's 3 roses coming out of like a teacup or this cup there. So that one's love, 31. Memory of senses. So this one has a DNA symbol there, and all these little like, looks like fragments or particles of a cell. So that is memory of senses. So 32. So interesting image. So senses could be important when that card comes up, and perhaps health. Morality and consciousness. This one's 33, morality and consciousness. And it looks like someone who's pumping water, but it looks like not just any water. It looks like very special, magical water, and you know, trying to bless the world with this, or their community, or just putting that out into the world, this blessed energy, blessed water, blessed emotions. So morality and consciousness, 33. I love that image. It's like sharing blessings and abundance with the world, and those blessings and abundance could be emotional for it to be water. Passivity is 34, and it looks like someone who's doing the see no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil, and someone on top of that who's kind of like guiding them with this, or it could just be people being passive, and so, or community as well being passive, or family. So that one's 34. Passivity. 35 is patience, and looks like a woman who's pregnant. So pregnancy could be significant when this card comes out. That is patience. 35. 36 is receptivity, and it looks like a flame with like these angels like almost dancing around it, or like kindling this faint flame. To me, it also reminds me of a woman's womb is the only word I feel like I could say that, you know, wouldn't get me in trouble on this channel. But yeah, it reminds me of a woman's sexual reproduction, a woman's reproductive organ. Let's just say that. Yeah, so that's what I think when I see this card, receptivity, but I also think of fire, and so like a spark of life, or like fire life. Yeah, so receptivity, 36. 37 is reliance, and it's someone who looks like they can do their job very well. They're very talented, very skilled. So someone that you could rely on. They have it all together, where they're creating this beautiful energy up top. So yeah, they're very reliable. Sensitivity is 38, and it looks like someone who is very aware and very sensitive to energies around them. So they have this just very it's the only word that keeps coming to me, is like aware of their surroundings, of people's emotions, of their own emotions, just very sensitive to the world around them. So that one's 38. Or wide-eyed. Submission is 39, and this is like probably one of the spiciest cards I've seen in this deck. So yeah, submission, 39, and it's this man who has this woman's wrists tied up, and they both have blindfolds on. So submission and BDSM and those kinds of dynamics where one person is submissive and the other is dominant, and that whole trust and dynamic between two people could be important, specifically the submission aspect of it. So yeah, that one's 39. 40 is temperance, and yeah, it's a woman who's holding a chain on one hand and then a clock in the other, and she's like balancing it on an elephant's head. So she's just doing this balancing act and being very careful. And you have temperance. Is 40. And we have 41 is tenderness and thoughtfulness, and it is a woman nurturing a little white bunny. So that's so cute. Specifically, that's something that could be a message for someone, is about bunnies, because I've been seeing a couple of little bunnies in my neighborhood. I almost want to catch one and try to like keep it, but I don't know if it has like little bunny families somewhere, so I haven't done that. Yeah, but tenderness and thoughtfulness, and yeah, it's girl with a bunny. It's 41. And then the last card we have is tolerance, and that's 42. And yeah, it's like the light aspect of this person, and they're holding a bird, and their nature like focused and receptive and balanced. And then they have their demon side, their little devil side, or their little dark side, shadow side, and that side is holding a sword. So tolerance is the theme of this card. And get a little closer so you can see the image I was talking about. So that one is 42. So yeah, that is a healing journey with the feminine and masculine to divine union deck. I really like all the images on here. I think they're very thought-provoking, and I'm gonna really like using this oracle card, or this oracle deck. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that here in a minute. I'm gonna do an oracle reading and like current reading on all signs. I'm thinking I'm gonna do a love reading, so love situation for all signs. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that video next. If y'all want to watch that, I'll link it below. I'd really appreciate if you like and subscribe. It helps my channel. But I will see you later for another review or in another reading. But bye for now.